up, dude? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Keep it going.
Little crunchy bass in there. How much I wanted to. I was kind of fiending, even though I didn't get on till later. I was fiending because I listened to you and Tyler's, and like, God damn it, man,
Yeah, I
I want
figured.
to get. Oh, you know.
Um, yeah, I was gonna maybe text Mitch and have him jump on here. I don't know if Tyler will jump on later or not. I mean, you feel like you will. He knows about it. It's 8 o'clock.
I don't know if Mitch is gonna want to jump on.
Well, hang
He's
on.
usually.
We gotta talk about. We haven't talked about Miami with Tyler yet. We've had like four chances.
Oh yeah, but we're just over a month away, so we've just given up that he's gonna be able to go.
We're not even trying. Um,
Hey, I blame you
why? Because I've
because
talked to him more
every
than
time,
you.
yeah, well, every time we but every time we would be on Xbox, you'd say, "I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow. I'll fucking text him tomorrow." And
And I did. I texted him. He just never replied until we started the podcast. Then he started replying, but not about that.
yeah, just the podcast. Um, well, whatever. We can talk to him about it if we remember.
Well, the
You
thing
got to
I wanted
remember though.
I wanted Mitch on here because I wanted to defend him. I wanted him to defend himself against the live music thing, but because I mean I don't know. I feel like I understand the music thing. I just you and Tyler, you start talking about these bands and the music and the artists, and I'm just sitting there
I
like,
forgot to put vodka in it.
or just like when you're talking about sports with them, I'm just like, yeah, just kind of. I mean, I think I
So
like
that,
live
but
music more than just music.
Mitch is just not a big music guy. I mean, he'll have music on, but he's just not a
Well, I've
music
been
guy.
listening to these guys a lot. I'm not just gonna play another one because fuck it.
To Stone the Thrones.
Yeah, I've been listening to Stone Thrones quite a bit, and also
I'm
Tool.
dude, they're Oh no, you're becoming a Tool head. Fuck, man.
You know
Tool's
why
a
I started
different
listening
breed.
to Tool? Um, I saw probably on Reddit that it's like, what music should I listen to when I trip acid or shrooms or one of the two? And the first one
Yep.
was like Tool, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Dude, their songs are their music is very interpretive, I guess, is the way I would say it.
Is it
That's probably not even the
suggestive, like
best.
the lyrics? Is that what you mean?
No, because it's like there's so much going on and they're so long. Like their songs are so long and
Interpretive. I was gonna say complex. I bet there's a lot going on.
complex. Um, but now, speaking of defending ourselves, I fucking heard you talking shit about the puking thing. So
Got
you're wrong. Like you're wrong.
no, I'm not.
Puking, even you don't believe that puking is nice. You
No, I
believe
never.
that post puking is nice.
You're right. Puking gets rid of the bad feeling. So no, puking's not good. It's the feeling after puking. But you don't even know that puking's bad because you never puke. You just dry heave.
No, okay, but I have puked with Tyler. I have like puked so hard that you can't breathe for so long because you're puking so long, and that is absolutely miserable. Like that is worse. That is the worst.
Yeah, I think it's so bad because you dry heave for so long and you're so sore from that, and then the puking, it's not even. I mean, it's just insult to injury, but
Dude. I think you just need to accept the fact that puking sucks,
puking does
and
suck,
then
dude.
yeah,
I'm
puking
with
is
you.
terrible. Are you uh are you allowed? Oh, hey, did you put my name tag?
Yeah, I did. I got it. Um,
This is I don't know
Slimy
why
yet
that popped in my head.
satisfying. Um,
Um,
I'm
but
one with
anyway,
the fungus. Um,
one with the fungus. Huh.
the
In
gnats were
more
you
than
weren't
one
here
way.
last time. I got these little sticky
No, but
traps.
I
There's
got
one
to
right there.
hear
I should show you
the
them.
yellow thing.
The yellow thing. Yeah, there's. I put them in the compost bin, and within a day they were just like full. I should go grab one. They're just like fucking gnats all over that thing. But
God, but how I heard the gnat population was actually probably better than when you left, right?
yeah, Yeah, probably not any worse, but when you open the bin still, they're just like they like to be on the top, the bottom, upside down on the top of the lid inside. So like I
Yeah.
open the lid and they're just crawling around all over there, and I take my hand and I just like squish them because they just crawl. They don't really fly away, so you just like squish them by like pushing your hand all over, and then like my hand's just black. 'Cause it's not.
Oh,
I mean, it's there's black spots, but
fucking gnats.
you gotta squish them, and there's quite a few in there. I treated them with the neem oil, so all the babies should be dying.
Love that you're just like these fucking gnats and it sucks, but you like you said, you're literally just like giving them the best possible living scenarios that you could.
The way to I didn't water for like 3 weeks, so when I came home, all my plants were like all drew. Some of them were just really bad looking, and I think that helped because then there's no water for them to, you know, eat,
Yeah,
no fungus to
reproduce.
grow, and yeah. All right.
Um,
So I wanted to talk
I was
about this Miami thing real quick. Oh fuck, I'm fucking up everything. Um, I called the. Actually, I think I only emailed one. I called one, and it sounded like he was out on a boat. And he's just like, "Hey, I'll call you back." And he never called me back. But the one, I'm worried that the cage diving. I thought we could just do some cage diving, just right in South Beach. It wouldn't be the best sharks, but there'd at least be cage diving, as
yeah,
opposed to driving up to Jupiter, which is like 2 hours, a little less maybe, hour and a half, 2 hours
yeah, that's
away.
what you said was the best place. But
But now I'm worried that there's no cage diving down south. Like the only few companies I can find, it sounds like they're only, and I called one and I emailed one, and it sounds like they're all out of Jupiter. Like they don't even, you have to go up there. So I need to figure it out more,
oh,
but we're running out of time.
well,
We
the one
gotta,
I was looking at, which we can do that off the air, but the one I was looking at was on South. Well, was called South Beach Diving or something like that.
but it
But
did it say cage diving in the wherever you looked
yeah,
at?
they did Cajun free diving.
Well, dude,
But
find that shit and call them or
I'll find
just
it.
book it.
We got time.
I say that Friday. I say we do it the 5th of May and just,
um, yeah, get there. Oh, Friday, the day before we leave. Okay.
well, Mitch was saying we'd
Um,
maybe do it later on, build some suspense maybe.
well, I think Mitch meant. Oh, he said later on. I thought you. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He said fishing
We'll figure
early,
it out.
cage diving later, is what he said. I don't know if he meant later in the day or later in the fucking week.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do it all. I don't want to do it both in one day.
Nope, I agree.
Um, let's see. There was Top Golf not that far from my Airbnb. If we want to try and do that,
Yeah,
because
but like driving 2 hours, not ideal, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. You said you found a company, so we're good.
we'll see. Yeah, I'll find it. And if not, if we have to drive 2 hours, and we do, but we'll have to get like a rental car and shit. But we can figure that out.
Yeah,
We'll
fucking
figure
Miami,
it out.
dude. It's only like a month and a half away. Were you gonna say something else?
Probably, but I don't remember, so it doesn't
There's
matter.
a fucking new dog in my apartment or something, cause I haven't heard it yet, but sometimes it gets to barking, and it's kind of
Uh,
loud. And I mean, I think the filters will take care of it, but we'll find out. There's a new puppy in the apartment.
I I'm dog sitting for my friend, my coworker, when he's going to Miami in April, and so I'm watching his dog for a week. And I'd like told my landlord. I don't know that I would have, but I live my so in our duplex, the next door people over. The kid works for my landlord, so I'm like, okay, I
Fucking
better
narc.
tell him there's gonna be another dog around, so he's not just like telling his boss, my landlord, that we got another dog or something. So I asked
Oh,
my landlord if he was cool with it, and I I just said, well, my friend's on vacation. He was like, how long is he on vacation? And I told him 1 week, and he's like, as long as the dog is gone after 1 week, I'll allow it. And I was like, man,
fuck.
like you're right. I mean,
True.
it's like I'm yeah, it's like it's his house. I'm just like, God damn it. And this guy is like my age or a little bit younger than me. My landlord is. And so like I got this guy that's like okay, I'll allow this to
Yeah.
me. And I'm like, man, that really like puts into perspective where I'm at with my life. Uh,
You could have made me feel a little better about this. I don't know.
yeah, I it was like almost just like passive aggressive and just bitched out and just let him keep his dominance and been like, well, I can tell him no if you want me to, you
Yeah.
know. but
Just egging him on more.
but I didn't. I didn't. God damn it.
That's the way
Yeah,
to go though.
dude,
Landlords. All right, what was you saying?
I moved my gaming chair over here. So now I was like, man, literally all I have to do is 180 my chair because like it's the TV's right there. And
Oh,
so if
mhm.
I 180 it and scoot it over a little bit, I'm in front of the TV. So I was like, why am I not just using this
You look
as
comfy.
my fucking I feel like this was a step up for me in the podcast world. Like, look at me. Like,
Well, you got a nice camera. Like, I don't know.
well, I don't have a nice camera.
Well, it looks nice. All right. Mustache is still
I've
going
just got done.
strong.
Dude, I'm over it.
Oh
I'm so
no.
over it.
Oh, he's over it, but he's not
I'm gonna
shaving. He didn't say
No,
he
I'm
was
not
shaving.
shaving.
Yeah, good.
I'm not gonna let it grow out. But fuck, man, I'm tired of looking like a creepy fat fuck, dude. I hate it. I don't want to look like a not creepy fat fuck. And but I was telling Jordan, the one thing that I am happy about, like that this is nice, is it takes me like 2 minutes to shave now. It's like no time at all. When I have my beard, it takes me like 15 minutes.
But you don't shave it all. I mean, you're just trimming it, right? Oh, well, no, it doesn't make sense to me because if you're just maintaining your beard, like, I mean, this is like my beard. It's just fucking scruff. That's all I got. So to me, maintaining it, it's pretty easy. You know, you just like, you could run the shavers over it if it was long enough. Mine's never long enough. So I go boop, 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 boop. And it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah. So I have just a regular like hand razor right now that I'm using, not my electric razor. And I just shaving cream, boop, 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 real quick. And then one more time, like shaving cream. And then I go back like up to get a closer shave. And
Oh,
that's it.
yeah,
Like
but
it's
okay,
literally like,
so, but you were talking about having a beard. Like, that sounds like you're just being clean
yeah.
shaven. Like, that obviously is going to take you some
So
time.
yeah, yeah, no, that's when I have just my mustache. When I have the beard, it takes me like 15 minutes because my beard grows here, and obviously I do the lines to make it look, a little more straight. And so then I take my electric razor with a guard on it, depending on how long I want my beard, and I fucking do the whole thing,
Hmm.
and then I take it with no guard on my neck, and then I shaving cream and regular razor my neck, and then I regular razor my line, depending on where my
How
how
far up
if
do you
I
go on the bottom? I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's just whatever's
ah
natural.
I mean can't even show you now like
Yeah,
but
it's just,
yeah I kind of just go until like creases I guess I don't
I
know.
feel like there's just that natural line somewhere. But
Yep.
no, to me, I just don't know why it takes you so long. If you're just using the guard and you just do it every day and then you get cut your lines up, I mean,
Oh dude, no, I don't shave every day. I shave like once a week.
or the beard. Like to me the beard shouldn't take you 15 minutes. Like I get the
That's dude.
shaving the mustache, that would take some time, but apparently I'm wrong.
No, no, yeah, the shaving the mustache is so fast. I literally just have a hand razor and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's done.
All right, but why don't you
And
grow it
then
out like bushier?
the mustache.
Yeah.
Because I physically am incapable. I have not shaved my
No.
mustache.
I thought you were
I
saying
have
that you weren't
yeah.
gonna do that. But no, okay, so
No, I'm not
the coolest
trimming.
part about this is because I see these people on either the internet or on TV or just out in public, and they just got this nice, clean shaven mustache. And I know what they're doing. I mean, unless they're just always have a mustache, but it's like there's this community of just during March. I think Shane Gillis is doing it. Like, I mean, there's just some pretty. You just see people, and I'm just like, oh, there's a 80% chance he's just doing this for March.
You could have been in that group.
Well, and I could just see you guys. You're walking down the street, and you're just like, "What's up?" And like, don't even say anything about it. Yeah, what community you got?
Yeah, it's like the motorcyclists, you know, when they want like a motorcyclist passes another one, they do like that low wave.
Mhm.
The like they reach their hand down. We're just like, "Mhm." When we walk by, just a little.
Hmm. The motorcycle mustache wave.
Ugh. So, when are you heading to Sioux Fargo?
Tomorrow, actually, I gotta. This one's nice though, cause I'm glad you wanted to pod tonight, cause I was planning on podding tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to pack up all my shit, and but I'm only gonna be gone for like 2 days, so I really probably not even gonna pack my computer. I'm just gonna go. I'll probably be back Sunday, so um, I have a Thursday Friday job, and then my brother has an apartment over there, so I'm probably just gonna go stay with him. He had a pipe break, and he's doing flooring, and he called me about it. He's like, "Yeah, that glue down tile." He apparently just bought some and just started throwing it down and didn't know what he was doing. And yeah, so he didn't let the glue dry. He just and he got this roller, like he's just gonna roll it down like a linoleum type thing. And
Yep.
so I don't know how it's gonna work out. He already started and did a little bit. Didn't do a whole lot, but he
It's
hopefully it just takes
dude,
a
it's
few
not
extra days to dry. But
it's not going to because there's no air going to it. The air is what turns it over. But whatever, what do I know?
well, I'm
Oh,
fucking gonna have to be helping him probably this weekend, doing something, flooring apartments or try to get out of it.
I like how he did that, fucked it up, and then called you. It was like, "Hey, Scott knows how to do this stuff. What should I do, Scott?" Instead of before he did any of it.
Well, and he's done this longer than I have. You just think he would know. I just happened to told him about the glue down, and because he was doing the click lock stuff, and they just on a whim got this glue down stuff, and I told him I was like, dude, each because the vinyl tile we got is weird. It's like real thick and different than what I'm used to. Um, like commercial is what he was saying, but I was like, dude, each glue is gonna be different. Each tile is gonna be different. You really should just read the instructions. And
Yep.
he's just like, yeah, I don't trust any of those instructions. And I'm just like, each each glue is gonna have a different, chemical composition. Like it's all gonna just trust the people who make it. God.
Well, part of it is warranty work too. Like, so we would always have like glue that we would have glue that was sent with flooring if it came from a specific place and that would it could void the warranty if you used a glue that wasn't, you know, even if it's like the exact same glue as another brand.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Shaw or Congolium or whatever, then
So,
you were gonna like, and you had to pull one up and you had an issue, then you were gonna fucking void the warranty.
so I that's what this one guy did. This is a different story. With this glue, he asked me like, how long do you have once it sets up and kind of gets clear? Like, do you have infinite amount of time to work on it?
No, I mean, you have a while, but I don't think I would do more than fuck, man. I don't even know if I'd feel comfortable leaving it overnight.
Yeah, but you've got
But
6 hours or more. You could leave it exposed.
well, yeah, we would glue a whole fucking house at noon and would finish laying it at 5. So,
Hmm.
like, there's 5 hours right there that we
And it's not, you obviously don't use one of those. You like let it dry overnight sometimes. But again, it's each glue's different. You gotta just
you can do that with carpet tile glue. Carpet tile glue, you can fucking we would glue like if we were in big commercial jobs with a lot of square footage, we would, tackle it in like areas that we knew we could get done, bit by bit, and we'd lay some, and while we were laying that, we'd have somebody glue in the next portion so
hmm
that we knew what we could keep up with. And then right before we'd leave for the day, we would glue the another big chunk of it, and that way we knew in the morning when we showed up, it would be turned over and ready to go. But that's it's still a pressure sensitive glue, but it's different than the vinyl planking glues.
it seems like those for an apartment in the hallway. You should just I don't know why you wouldn't just do the carpet tiles. That sounds instead of doing some kind of vinyl. I don't know, or just carpet like
You mean like in your apartment or like the apartment building hallways?
hallways. don't know why
the
you wouldn't just
apartment
do
building.
carpet or carpet tile, but he's doing some kind of vinyl plank or
Oh,
tile.
it's not
No, it's
in
a
his, like, personal apartment,
no.
it's in, like, the
He's
building.
landlording it. Yeah.
I see. I thought you meant in his actual apartment. Yeah,
No.
I don't know why some people wouldn't do that, but I did fucking tons of, like, 30 plexes, and they all had carpet tile on the stairs and the hallways.
Yeah, he fucked up.
Well, and dude, it's just so easy because it's easier to keep clean. It's
Yeah, all the mud
fucking
and shit.
doesn't s people move shit, it doesn't, like, scrape it all up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll find out this weekend. But
Oh,
I was doing this bathroom for a guy, and I thought he was so smart until somebody, one of my coworkers, pointed out. It's so he. I'm trying to think if we did a shower door for you, it'd cost you like fuck a lot, at least $1,000, if not 5 grand. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. So he was like, "No, I'm not doing I'm not gonna do a curtain rod or anything. I'm just." And so I installed it, and I was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a shower door and install it." I was like, "Oh, that's smart. He saved a lot of money." But
yeah.
it'll void the warranty. He paid all this money for a lifetime warranty, and then now he's gonna
And
screw it
now he
up
does.
by doing that. So really, he probably didn't save a lot of money. It's like I didn't think of that, but
That does actually void the warranty, though. Like, if he intentionally doesn't buy a shower door, that voids a warranty
I think
if he puts one in himself?
and this is just my coworker saying, and I'm not sure, but I would think because he's like screwing in to our shit, or he's altering it.
Oh, yeah. Mm. God damn it, that's how they get you. Then why would they that's a scam. They should have never fucking made him pay for the lifetime warranty then.
Well, it's just like built in. I think it's just like that's what you get. You have to get the. I don't know how it works, dude, but
Man, what a there's so many fucking loopholes with
well,
shit,
and
dude.
that's what he told me, and it's something I never thought about. It's like, we give this lifetime warranty to everyone. We're obviously going to try to get out of it any way we can, but I never would have thought of it that. I never would have thought of us trying to get out of it. But obviously, it's a good
Yeah.
business model.
Yeah, that's and see, but, like, I come from a good old,
America.
I don't know, small town mentality where we take care of each other. No, and when I was doing the flooring thing, it wasn't really us that had the warranty aspect of it because we weren't selling the deals like your company is. We didn't ever work in material or I mean, and selling. We just worked in time and material as far as install. So the customer would always go pick out to the store, pick out their flooring to like any store that we worked out of like every flooring store in Grand Island almost and Hastings and wherever. I mean, wherever they wanted to get their flooring. And we would even like 90% of the time we would go pick it up for them. And but they just had to go pick it out. They had to pay for it. And then when we installed, if they had a problem for the year or 5 years, I don't remember what it was. If they had a problem with the plank, like a plank buckling or carpet with a wrinkle or just your
Yeah.
everyday wear and tear stuff, we would go back and cover that with no charge to them ourselves. But if it was a problem with like a repeat, like one we had, we laid a shitload of planking and they never like they stuck, but they kept just like coming up over and over again. And we didn't do anything different at it. It was just we actually used the glue that that planking was told like we got with it that we were supposed to use, and it was the first time we ever used that glue, and they actually stopped making it because they had a lot of problems with it. But it was a big fucking issue between them and the company about their warranties, like covering everything. So our warranty was always just like the labor end of things.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs is the and so I do know that there's a couple times with the flooring stores that went back and forth with the homeowners because the like Mohawk or Shaw or whatever the brand was like, "No, our material's fine."
Yeah, and
And,
you were like,
uh,
no, we laid it how you told me to. So like,
yeah.
and you really didn't do anything wrong. It's just proving it.
There there was, like, 4 other jobs we did that with that glue and had troubles with all of them. And then we found out we talked to another flooring installer that was working out of the store in Donovan, which is one of the stores we were working with here, or that we got that material from. And they were like, "Yeah, this glue is terrible." And it was literally like, so you've had that vinyl glue,
Yeah.
right? And do you spread it with the trowel, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know how it's kind of like thick.
Yeah. A little bit.
The the glue that we had problems with was literally um like water as liquid. It was like liquidy as water. It
Yeah.
just would just like pour out of the. And
Damn.
we were supposed to use. To get this, some people didn't fucking ever think about this. So we the application said to put it on with a roller, like your brother's doing, and
No, I think he was. I don't know what the rollers for like the after you put it down to get it.
oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Well, the application for this glue said to use a roller, like a paint roller, but they
Yeah.
have like heads for glue,
Cause so yeah.
and and so that's what we did, and we were like, this fucking is not right because we just don't use a roller to spread vinyl planking glue. But um we did it, and then we found we could touch it and be like, this it would turn over like that, like super,
Hmm.
super fast. And we'd touch it and be like, this isn't sticky at all. So we like started laying it and really were like able to just like pull the planks right back up, and we're like, dude, this isn't working. So we called the company and we're trying to talk to them. They were like, oh yeah, sometimes it should say on the bucket there that if it's not sticking, you need to do a second layer. And we're like, what fucking dickhead comes up with the idea of spreading an area of glue and then it's not sticking? So walking over that whole area so you can spread glue again. Like you're walking, standing in it, spreading more glue.
Mm-hmm.
Like that doesn't that's a very not thought out thing.
Because it's so thin, like, it just needs to be thicker, or because it's so thin, it gets spread out so thin. You got to put like 3 layers to get enough glue.
Yeah. It was dumb. And then it's just common sense. You don't walk through glue that you already have, even if it is thin and not sticky. Like it's
Well, I think if it's sticky, you might be able. I just see people walking over. Yeah, I asked you about that. You get like, especially if you have those like basketball sticky things you can clean the bottom of your shoes with, and then you just go walk over the glue, which I wouldn't do because you're squishing down the grooves. But uh, it just seems like people do that all the time. They just walk over the dried glue and it's fine. But I don't. I wouldn't do
well, they're very bad at their jobs if they do that.
it.
Because dude, you're never gonna get your shoes completely cleaned off. So you're always gonna have little pebbles or chunks of dirt, something in there. And if you're laying vinyl with carpet tile, it's not as big of a deal because I mean, it's thin, but at the very base, it's still carpet. Like if there's something big under there, like a big rock, you'll see it under the carpet tile.
Mm-hmm.
But vinyl, it doesn't have to be a very big, like it can be a super, super, super small rock, and it'll look huge. And eventually the vinyl just forms to that rock,
Dude,
and then you just if there's like sunlight that hits that plank, you just see like this little just in the plank, and it fucking
my brother was asking me flooring advice, and I was like, dude, I can't give you good advice because with this glue down stuff, like you got to get the floor just perfectly level, put plywood down, do whatever you can, or like the self leveler. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna wait for self leveler to dry, so I'll just. I remember there was this one bathroom, there was just like this little dip, and I'm just like, oh, it's fine, just floored over it and stuff. And I knew, and I mean, I was a there was a dip in the floor after I did it, and I was like, oh well, this is probably
yep,
fine.
yep. And it's vinyl, dude. It will form to anything
As
that's
long
on
as
the
it
ground.
forms, I'm okay. But it's like formed, but like over time, it might like kind of pop up because it's there's a hole underneath, so it might give out. Who knows, dude?
Yeah, dude. The vinyl is so fucking
And
sensitive to
then
everything, dude.
I hate it because the click lock, I did that recently, and everything's so tight, and all the seams are just perfect. But then the vinyl or the glue down, every once halfway through the floor, I'm getting these gaps and shit. And I'm like caulking them so you can't see them.
Oh, that's just the way you're pulling them in when you put them in. My old boss stressed that like every fucking 5 jobs, he was like, make sure you're pulling them in exactly like this, and would show us over and over again because you'd get that where you pull in tight on the back end and like the other end's not as tight, so then it starts getting a little cockeyed and
Mm-hmm. I
not going
haven't I
together
haven't learned.
perfect.
Fuck flooring, dude.
uh,
Um,
yeah, I agree.
what the fuck else is there to talk about in the world?
Yeah, shit. What is there else to talk about in the world? I'm pretty sure my March Madness. Well, I know for a fact one of my March Madness brackets is completely busted. I had Baylor pick to win it. They lost on fucking Sunday.
And who was that? Virginia lost, like a number one seed. Was that Virginia or
Yeah,
Purdue?
Virginia,
Like
Purdue also.
two number one seeds
Um,
lost.
I think so. And then, oh, one of them, or Virginia is the one that lost to Furnham or whatever their name is. It was only the second time in tournament history that a 16 seed beat a number one seed.
And are you telling me that it happened twice this year?
Not the 16 and one.
Oh, but the one lost is it the second round already? They
I,
must have lost.
I think so, dude. I don't remember now. Dude, I haven't even looked at my brackets. Once Baylor lost, I was like, fuck this. But I was torn because I had one of my brackets, I have Creighton making the finals, and my other bracket, I have Baylor winning,
Wait, did
and
Creighton
Creighton and
lose?
Baylor. No, Creighton was playing Baylor.
Oh,
And so either way, one of my brackets was fucked.
yeah.
And then Creighton just plays out of their ass and just beats Baylor. And so
I
that's
had
not going
Creighton
to be
winning a
good
few
for me on
games,
that one.
but Beans' brother went there, I think. But
I I was just so torn because I don't want to cheer against Nebraska necessarily, but I really wanted Baylor to win, you know.
so and nothing
Fucking
against women's basketball, but last night we were at my
oh
plumber
god.
was drinking at the bar, and I was just sitting down about ready to play Xbox and start drinking or something, and I was like, oh, perfect timing. So I went and hung out with him at the bar. We played some pool and just got a little drunk. And it's a sweet bar, but they had a bunch of TVs all over. But every single one of them was all on this one state women's basketball channel. So it's state high school women's
Uh
basketball. And
wait, state or the March Madness?
s- I'm pretty sure it was state
What?
basketball, like high school basketball.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh.
at the very best, it was March Madness women's, but I'm pretty sure it was state high school. And every like of 20 TVs, they're all playing the same channel, and my plumbers are just like, "Hey, can we change this one to anything else?" And she's like, "No, sorry, something's wrong." And like, if you change one of the channels, they all have to be on the same channel, basically. So like, if you change one, they're all change. And then she just thought that was a good enough answer. And then like she left, and we're just like, okay, so like, can't you
Yeah.
play anything else on all the channels? That would be fine with everybody here, I'm sure.
Oh, dude, coming from somebody who has a daughter, I hope she doesn't play basketball, dude.
Oh, I hope she does, dude. I love
I, j-
basketball.
I no, no, dude, I gotta. Women's basketball is
It's all she has.
it's just it's no, there's sport. I mean, there's volleyball, softball, golf. Dude, basically anything else women's I can watch, but basketball,
But you don't like watching men's basketball, probably, do you?
I don't mind. No, not in general, no, but I don't mind watching March Madness. The women's college basketball tournament is going on right now. Also, nobody gives a fuck. Like
It's
nobody
true.
except their fathers who and mothers who love them and relatives and coaches give a fuck.
When it's state state high school men's basketball, that's awesome to watch. Um,
I agree. I agree. I'll
because
watch that too.
on in Sioux Falls, I went to an Irish bar, Dempsey's, and their Cuban was amazing. I had a Cuban there. It was so good. I had it twice actually. Um,
I don't even know what that is.
just a Cuban sandwich. Um,
Well, okay, I guess I knew it was a sandwich. I
I
didn't
don't
know it was
really
on
know
it though.
what makes one. It's some kind of meat and like mustard and pickles. And
Oh,
I don't even like mustard, but god damn it, Cuban's my favorite sandwich. And anyway, there was a couple like really drunk old ladies, not old but older ladies at the bar, and there was state men's basketball playing, and I'm sure that was like I mean it was state, so obviously these are like local towns, and these old ladies were just going insane. They just loved state basketball, and it
oh
was fun. I
man.
mean, they were just having a great time, and I'm just like, okay, what the fuck's going on? But it's local, so they
Yeah,
probably
it's
knew
hard to
some
get
of
in.
the kids, maybe.
Dude, when I was talking to you and Tyler about this on the first episode we did, I fucking dude, Jordan's dad has got me like excited. I'm gonna go to state basketball here next year and not know
Oh
anybody that's there.
yes.
But dude, he went for, like, every game he could this year. Like, teams he had no idea, like, doesn't know have no connection to or anything, but just to go watch state basketball. Like, that sounds
Well, and I'm
kinda fun
probably
to me now.
state basketball was so much fun when I was just in high school, and but now, I mean, we can watch Dundee County. We're probably gonna miss out our chance if they start sucking. But uh, God,
Well,
watching even
we're
Dundee
back to
County.
D1 or D2 or whatever, we'll be fine.
Oh, good.
Well, they'll be good for a while.
Well, and their football teams are pretty good too still. And
Yeah,
Ethan was telling me that Cambridge is back to being good again. So,
but we Dundee County won't play them
oh
because 'cause we're not C2 anymore.
yeah, but fuck, I'm with you with the state basketball next year. That'll be fun.
But you'll be in, like, fucking New Orleans or some shit probably, so
No, my plumber's from New Orleans, and he says it's a shithole right now. Like everyone's dying.
oh, yeah, okay. So you'll probably be in, like, fucking Wyoming or some shit, so
Wyoming's fun. I would live there. There's not very many people out there. Oh, fucking
there you go.
Valentine or Omaha. I'm buying a house or Bismarck. I might just fall in love and stay up here. Uh, my goal is I'm gonna buy a house and just flip it. Like not gonna commit to anything. Well, obviously commit for a few years, but buy a house and flip it in either Omaha or Bismarck or Valentine. That's the goal by next November. If I buy a house before
Just do
Mitch,
it
I'm
in
gonna give him
Island.
so much shit.
If you buy a house before Mitch?
Yeah,
Well,
he's only
yeah,
been in that
he has
apartment for like 3
options.
years.
Yeah. Didn't he say 2 years? What a fucking loser.
I'll give him 3, and he's still like half of the time. Like it's like 6 or 7.
Oh god. Oh god. Let's
Wyoming's got
see
this
here.
really sweet local beer called Saddle Bronc, and it comes in a yellow can. And I always go to Scotts Bluff and buy it because it's close enough. They have it there, and my boss loves it.
What is it?
It's just called Saddle Bronc, just like a wheat, like
Oh,
an easy
I
drinking.
thought you were drinking it.
No, this is bison some shit. This is probably local too, dude. Everything's fucking homegrown up here. North Dakota
That's cool.
grain. It's got to be somewhere near.
I'm gonna see if we can find that
Oh, wait. I want to.
Miami shark diving.
Oh, cool. I'm going to share my
Yeah,
screen.
Miami shark tours. That's the Oh yeah, I will. I
Well,
just
hang on.
wanted
Let me
to
do it. You don't do it.
Okay, I won't do
Because
it.
I want to.
You go crazy.
I want to have a fucking real talk while I play some chill music.
Nice.
Hopefully they can hear that.
All
Can you
right,
hear that?
little more. Oh yeah, I can. A little more Stone Thrones here going on.
You know? So I was in Sioux Falls and this guy was talking about the drag show controversy. Heard about that?
It's about fucking
They're like
drag shows being
banning
fucking a
drag
thing.
shows. Well, no,
Yeah.
they're to me like drag show's fine, but like there was like little kids there, and to me it's the same thing as like a furry convention or anything. It's like, dude, it's fine. It's not always sexual, but to me a drag show is fairly sexual, right?
I think it is. To me, To me, there's no point of a drag show besides like a guy fulfilling one of his sexual desires. Like I really think that's the only reason a guy would put girls' clothing on.
Well, and it's not like they're dressing up in like anything that's not revealing or they're not trying to be sexy or whatever. Like to me, there's a
Yeah,
sexual fetish component to it. And
yeah,
the
I'm with you on
only
that.
the only thing they're banning these from is like you can't do it around kids. And
Yeah,
like to me, like in furries, like if that's getting super sexual or whatever, it's like don't do fetishes or sexual things around kids. That's pretty obvious. And
yeah.
everyone's getting
It doesn't
upset.
seem like it'd be that, but there's also like if you should turn the music down just a little bit. Um, have you? like heard about the like
Oh yeah,
books
that's probably
that
really loud, isn't it?
that parents have and even kids have like been reading at
Oh god.
school board meetings?
Hopefully that hasn't been down forever. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my audio. We might have not been catching anything you've been saying for a little bit. We'll find out.
That's cool. But have you heard about the like books that parents and kids have been like reading out snips out loud of at school board meetings?
No, but I assume it's like the transgender stuff. I don't know.
No, dude,
What?
there's one that's literally about like a guy and a girl fucking about to have sex and putting a condom on and talking about the first time they had sex with each other and shit. And
Okay.
it was in like a sixth grade library.
Well, I mean,
That's
you gotta have some kind of sex education, though.
but just a book in the library that any of those elementary school kids can check out.
Oh, I thought you were said they like had the kids in the library and they were reading to them or something.
No, no, no. There was just a book in the library at their elementary school.
Hmm. No, yeah, it's a little weird. But I wonder what other
There's a
books are
lot
in
more.
there that like kids could read that are mature.
Well, like the like of Mice and Men or To Kill a Mockingbird. I mean, there's adult books in there. Those are like books that they want to ban, like they ban from schools.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have shit like this that's fine for an elementary school. I don't.
I don't
Dude, I
know.
just don't think like whenever we
That's
really boil
stressful.
down to it, isn't it a little fucked up that there's any sex education that comes from the public school system?
Oh, yeah, a little bit, but also, dude, I grew up Catholic and I was the only one. And that fucked me up, man. Like that fucked me up sexually. Um because I grew up thinking that masturbating I was going to go to hell and I was a fucking good Catholic, dude. I masturbated all the time, but every time I fucking told to preach. And so like how awkward is it my entire young life was just masturbating, feeling terrible about it and then go telling an old man about it. Like once a week.
Hey, dude, but that says more about your parents than the religion. Like this, you can't put this on Catholicism.
I
It's
was following the
at
rules.
at the at the very basis. But your parents never had the sex talk with you, did they?
Well, yeah, they did, but this
Well,
is different. Like this is just
okay,
being like and having sex with girls. It all comes down to Catholicism. Like it's just evil and you can't do it. Like I mean,
okay, but s- there is no part of needing to know like sex education from a PE teacher at your public school. There's no reason for that. That's a parent and a kid or like their child talk.
but I think the point is like you don't know what the parents are teaching their kids, so you can't. I mean, they're just not trusting the parents to do their job. They're just saying like, well, we want these kids to
I
wear
get that.
condoms because these 16-year-olds keep getting pregnant, and so obviously the parents aren't doing their
Okay,
job.
but how is that okay? Like, no, I don't think that's the parent because it's happening in school and the 16-year-olds are still getting pregnant. So
I mean, yeah, it's the
it's like,
parents' fault. I
dude,
agree. Like, a 16-year-old gets
but I
pregnant.
just don't, dude, I don't think that there's a reason for a fucking random person in the community to be telling our kids about sex.
Well, okay,
Like, I
so
just don't think that's
why is sex different than history or any other subject? Like, these parents are teaching your kids a lot about a lot of
because it's
things.
about their personal bodies. It's about themselves. It's about them seeing a part of their body that nobody else sees.
Mm-hmm.
And the PE teacher's like, "Well, when you grab it, it starts to get hard and you fucking want to have sex with the girl cuz blood is raging down to your wiener." And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Dude, I don't know, man. I don't think that that's a PE teacher's place to be talking to my kid about."
Yeah, it's just how they go about it. If there was a like a Lamley or like a really good, respected, tactful teacher that could do it, then but
No, the person to do it is a doctor. You get a if you, the school, even if it has to be done at school because they can talk to all the boys there and all the girls there. You get a doctor to come in and talk to them about what is going on with their body. That's fine. That makes sense. Not a fucking physical education teacher that's only a teacher because he's a coach, but to be a coach, he has to be a teacher too.
Mhm.
So, like, that's
So they just need to be more qualified for that talk. And
somebody, it's
but
not, yeah, more qualified,
parents
but
aren't any more qualified than that gym teacher, I would say, in some cases. I mean,
you're right. But if you want to come down to like being more qualified to do something with my kid
true.
compared to a gym teacher, I'm going to always be more qualified.
Well, yeah, it's I don't know. That's a that's a good fucking topic, but it just it's kind of to me kind of with like the transgender stuff. It's like that's a real thing. People should probably know about it, but maybe no, they should be the parents should have the parents should have control over when their kid learns about that kind of thing. Because if you're telling these second graders that they can be a girl or they can be a guy or it doesn't matter, like that's very impressionable. They don't know what's real. Like the parents should have
Yeah.
control over the foundational knowledge their kid is growing up with, at least to some extent. I mean, they need to be taught by the schools, but there needs to be a lot more parental control in like these sensitive subjects that are not fully
Yeah.
known yet. And
Yeah, not generic even necessarily like English or science. Well, I mean, in real science, not fucking transgender science.
yeah,
I'm talking like, but or yeah, I mean, technically, biology, I guess, does fit in there, but and chemistry,
it's like the woke stuff.
physics.
It's this comes out 2 years ago, and now we're
Now
teaching it
it's
to our
fucking it.
kids. Like maybe we're getting a little ahead of ourselves with some of this woke shit, and everyone knows it now, but we're already teaching it to our kids. Like that's pretty fucked.
Well, there's a there's a guy. I don't think it couldn't have been Texas, but for some reason I want to say it was in Texas that um I think went to jail or either that or lost custody of his kid because he was either divorced already or went to jail or something. But because the mom was like pushing for a sex change of their child, and it was like
Oh
a younger child, and he was like, "No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this,"
yeah,
And then she like went took him to court and whatever, and he got in trouble for child abuse or like child neglect or something.
yeah. And she didn't get in
And
trouble for child.
so
And you don't even know the story. I mean, like this sounds like the mom wants the sex change. Like, I mean, I don't know.
that's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, because the kid's too young to. I mean,
Well, the kid could have fucking said, "Hey, I want the sex change," and then today I didn't read the article because I just don't buy into clickbait, but unless it pertains to a subject that I am interested in, then I'll clickbait them fuck out of it. But no, but a teacher, I don't know if she got in trouble, I don't know what happened, but they found out somewhere that a teacher was impressioning a student to get a sex change without the parents' knowledge.
Jesus. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that I'm
Like,
talking about. Like, that's needs you have more like transparency, like know what your kids are being taught. But I mean,
you almost need to, as shitty as this is, like this might be giving the parent too much power or not. I don't even know, but having like a camera that is and for every classroom that's up available on the
that
school
seems
website so you can see
I don't think
what's
that's
going on in them.
nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I mean, they do that for dog pounds and stuff. Like, why can't
Yeah,
you just listen in? It's not like the kids even know or care. Like,
yeah.
I don't see why you
And
wouldn't
I
be.
mean, realistically, the parents won't spend a whole lot of time with it. But if there's ever a situation where they're worried about it, then they can tune in and listen and be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
You can have your one neighbor friend that or your one classmate's parent friend that's super obsessed with it and watches it all the time, and you just get notes from them. You're like, hey, what was going on this week?
Yeah, they're posting on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's like I've got nothing
The
to do. I got you guys.
Yep, my
But
husband's rich as fuck, so I'm just at home all
I'm
day.
sure there's problems with that, but I can't think of any right now. Like that seems like nothing wrong with that at all. Like why do you need to be in private? Why does the teacher need to be in private?
Why does a teacher need to be in private in a public school?
Yeah, because it's no, I mean they're monitored by the principals and all that, but no one knows what they're actually saying behind the closed doors. So
Yeah,
another thing, it's
I don't know. That that if I when I get to be the when I'm elected president of the school board, I'm bringing in doctors to do the sex ed talk, and we're putting cameras in all the rooms.
nice.
Mm,
Yeah. No, that's weird with that. Trans stuff's weird because I think it came from a good place because listened to this NPR thing, and it was about people who are born with both genitals. And I mean, you're a hermaphrodite. Like, what are you, a girl or a guy? Like, I mean, there are people who are in like this middle zone and they don't know what the fuck they are. But then the woke culture thing took over, and now you can just identify as a girl if you want to. Like that went way too far really fast. Like
yeah,
there is a
like
place for these trans people, but it grew up it turned into a weird thing that now our kids are being they don't even know what's real anymore. Like you
I'm not gonna lie, like I don't believe I don't feel like it's just a belief. I think it's a common sense that trans news and trans goings on and trans rights and trans voices shouldn't be the loudest voices. There shouldn't be the majority of the voices heard
can't
because no offense to them, but they're not. They're never going to be the majority. So there's no reason for America to be hearing about everything that's going on with them,
well and
like that,
it's
or
weird because
adjusting.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it's weird because it's just like Joe Rogan talks about the mind viruses and the cults and stuff and I've seen people at bars and they're in with their little group of people and whatever. It's just gay people, it's fine. But like they're like recruiting. I mean, they're like trying to convince people that they're gay or they're trying to convince people that they are more than gay or whatever. Like so that it's because they're a minority, it's almost like they're trying to grow their numbers. And it's like why
Yeah,
not just fucking fuck off and like let people decide for themselves and then join the group instead of like recruiting for groups. But I don't know, maybe that was
yeah.
reading too
It's.
much into it, but it's not. I mean,
I mean, no, because like you can't fucking look at news anywhere without hearing about trans such and such. Trans, and it's like, dude, like, but ultimately, if we're gonna generalize the population as everybody or nobody, dude, nobody gives a flying fuck. By far, by far, the majority of people don't give a flying fuck. Whether you have a dick and you want to be a woman or vice versa or not.
exactly.
Like we don't give a fuck if you want to do that. We just don't want our kids to have to be hearing about it, and we don't want to hear about it. The end. Like that's it. You want to fucking cut your dick off and dance around with a with an axe cut in the middle of your legs, that's cool. Like that's
Mhm.
it's your body. But
But they're just
my
trying to
fucking 4-year-old daughter doesn't need to be hearing about it
again, they're
everywhere.
just trying to
And
spread the message.
I should be able to turn on my phone without seeing a fucking news article about it. Like I don't need because ultimately that is like the woke stuff, that is another sexual gratification deal. Just like the or fetishized. I don't know what the word is there. Fetishized deal topic, just like the drag shows. Like at the very bottom line, transgender is literally the definition of talking about sex. You're trying to change your sex.
Mhm.
So like, I don't need to fucking
Yeah.
when I'm trying to get my updates on the news, don't need to be seeing about
And
somebody in fucking Vermont or somewhere upset because they're
Well,
Sex
these
change
kids,
in
the
the
kids that
way
they're
they
talking, the ones that we're worried about, these kids, you don't even think about sex. You don't even know what your genitals do. I mean, these kids don't even, they're not even sexual yet. So, like, how are they
yeah.
gonna, supposed to compare this stuff? Like, put it in their brains right, where it's like they don't even know what the fuck sex means or being
Yeah.
horny or whatever.
Oh man, that fucking kills me. Like, dude,
Being a
man,
parent right
I
now
hate,
is gotta be tough.
dude, I hate the idea of like anybody or anything trying to like, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, take away my daughter's innocence
Dude,
and
yeah.
just like in any way, shape, or form. Whether it's in she's in third grade or fourth grade and she starts hearing about like fucking sex changes from her teacher, or I mean anything that like that makes her stop enjoying or focusing on like being a child
Okay, I agree.
because
But at some point, she's going to be like 13, 14, and then you're going to have to start thinking about these hard topics because the kids are starting to have sex, maybe younger and younger, who knows? It's whatever. Like, 14's not a ridiculous time to maybe have sex for the first time.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no, no,
so
no,
that's
no.
what I'm worried
I'm
about
not.
is like the sex ed thing. Like, they need to not get pregnant.
Yes, I think 14 is, I mean, maybe even potentially 13
I would say like
is,
12 because you just don't, they need to have the knowledge before they're having sex. But you don't want to like
but
spur the
that
moment. Like,
so that talk, I don't know, especially from a doctor, to me is a lot less because like if you remember going through sex ed, you were kind of like, oh, oh, you weren't like, wow, my childhood is gone forever.
yeah,
You
true.
know,
Yeah, you knew
it's
everything
like a
already.
little bit different. It's a little bit different, but when you take an elementary school child and tell them like, hey, don't you think you actually want to be a girl, or don't you think you actually want to be a boy, and then they're done. They'll no longer be 100% like confident and sure that like they're just who they are and they're happy with who they are. They're just a kid living their life, and then
Yeah.
their fucking innocence is gone because they've started questioning things that really never needed to be questioned.
Well, now I feel like you might have just hit something. Like, because that's the whole point of all this is like, you know, you're a guy, I'm a girl, like, I'm just me. Like, I'm just a fuck, I don't know, you're gay, you're straight, I'm just me. Like, I'm figuring it out. Like, isn't that the point? Like, you just be who you are. You don't have to label yourself. Like,
Yeah,
okay, well, I found that hot, and it's like, oh, well, now I know that. But you don't have to put your. It's like we're putting ourselves in a box from such a young age. Like, okay, I'm a boy, I'm a girl. It's like you were saying, who gives a fuck? Like, are you attracted to
yeah,
that person or not? Like, find out when you're old enough and you start being attracted to somebody. Like, you don't know who you're gonna be attracted to when you're 6 because you're not attracted to anybody,
yeah,
and you don't know if you're a
yeah.
boy or a girl because you're just fucking a little kid. I mean, obviously, I think boys and girls are a real thing that we should
Whoa,
protect.
whoa.
But
I'm not fucking a little kid here, Scott.
well,
All
each
right.
your own.
He's, but so we're gonna say so me for school board and you for, let's not aim too high. You for senator,
Oh Jesus,
and then we'll
I can't handle that. I wanted to be mayor because I feel like a mayor doesn't do
mayor.
shit. Maybe they do.
I mean,
That's a
God,
lie.
does all all reform. Okay, so you be the mayor and I'll reform our school district.
Oh, dude, if I'm the mayor, this is gonna be great because I was telling you, I showed you that video that you didn't read. Um, 'cause people read videos. Um, so basically, it's just like redeveloping houses where so you like a block of houses instead of having them all look fucking dumb. Like you have the back of all the houses. It's like they all have their own backyards, but then like in between there's like a park essentially, like a common area. And so this block has this common area where you can develop the whole thing with rain capture and rivers and fucking paths, and you basically have a little park behind your house that you can walk over to your neighbor's house. You could grow plants. You could somehow you have to have coordination with all your neighbors so you're all happy, but fucking HOA shit and you can't do anything with your own house and like all this bullshit.
Yeah.
In the streets, you can't do anything in the streets. Like that video kind of goes through where there's a lot of places now that they're just like, no, fuck you, we're taking the street. Like we're using this for a common area, and like, cause you paint the fucking street whatever you want. Like put art on the street or and
Yeah.
use that for like parties, like block parties, and
Yeah.
then you have the backyard where
Yeah.
it's just this nature fucking reserve. And dude, as a mayor, I can fucking make all these zoning things like, no, fuck your HOAs, we're doing it this way, and then I'll build it.
Dude, the idea that HOAs even exist is just insane. Like, exist at a middle class level
Well,
is
and
fucking insane to me.
I was thinking, I think this might have been in the comments of that video, but they were like talking about that, and it's like, well, I mean, the people agree to live, they signed the thing, like they agree to the HOA to live there, so it's kind of their fault, but it's also just a culture thing we've let go too far, probably.
Well, and that's my thing. I get with like a higher end community. If you move into a higher end community and you expect like certain standards, then that's a little bit different. But if you're moving into just a middle class home and they're trying to act like it's like a gated community with their HOA standards, and yeah, you signed it, you fucking retard. So it is on you. But it's like, where does the HOA people get off thinking that that's acceptable for a fucking $150,000 house? You know?
Well, and it's, I guess if it's like acceptable terms, then it's fine, just keep your trash out of your front yard, and if you got a broken down vehicle, just park it, in your driveway, not in your grass. Like I get some of those things, but like one of them they were talking about how you couldn't even park your own car in your driveway. It had to be in the garage. So like
Yeah, fuck that.
fuck that. But they agreed to that when they signed it. So it's like why is anyone living there?
Yeah, I'd be man. I have to. I mean, see, that's some shit that makes me a little nervous about like buying a house. But I have a long way before I'll ever be buying a house. So,
Yeah, I gotta be mayor first. I gotta start all grassroots. Stop telling everyone I fuck children.
um,
One of these days.
I can't believe Tyler didn't get on. What a fucking loser.
Yeah, you'd think you would.
Oh yeah, here I'm gonna do a little screen share of my own here now.
Ooh, good call. Cause we got business.
Okay,
Oh,
so it says location is Miami, Florida, serving Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Florida Keys.
so
And
these I looked these guys up. Yeah, it serves all those places, but you still have to drive up to their fucking place. Like this is what
well, it
they all
says
say.
Miami, Florida. Their zip code's right there.
I know, but I actually think this is the one I called, and he was on a boat, and he's like, "Oh, I'll call you back. It's gonna be on a Hawaii number," and then he never called me back. But
It's gonna be on a Hawaii number.
so I think I tried to
Um,
email these guys, but I think I might have emailed the same guys twice. So this one still might have a chance
I wanna.
because at the bottom there's an email, and I thought I emailed these guys, but I think I emailed Florida Shark Tour or Florida Cage Shark Diving or something. I think I emailed them twice.
305. That's a fucking Miami number for sure.
How the fuck do you know that?
That's Miami. It's holding it
Oh,
down for
I
305,
called
man.
so today I called the Miami Visitor Information Center, and I just asked the guy. I was like, "Hey, how can I cage dive in this place?" Because obviously I'd Googled it before and I knew all this stuff, but this guy was super helpful. He gave me this and then the other one. He's like, "Yeah, this should be good for you," but fucking wasn't.
Um, I wish it would tell me where, because like it's showing this map here,
That map I
but it's not
guarantee
telling me
is in
where.
Ju. I guarantee view larger map up top. It says view larger
But
map.
it
And
doesn't tell me
dude, it's Jupiter.
what
I
where it's
guarantee
actually
fucking
at.
it. Well, that's a Florida
See,
Key.
like I
No,
don't.
that's South Beach, dude.
Yeah, dude, I told you it said South Beach, but the thing is, I don't know where it is at, like where this actual place is going to, like, hey, check in with us here or something, so I could see exactly where it's at. But um, yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
That's why I was going to check here when I
Yeah, I
sat here real
definitely
quick.
emailed the same people twice, I think. So I'm gonna email this other
Awesome.
guy real quick. Oh,
I'm gonna check out this zip code and see where that's at.
You're not even gonna be able to hear this music. I'll tell you that. Oh wait.
Oops. Here we go. Uh,
So we're gonna do
oh,
this. Then like we gotta go deep sea fishing. That'd be cool. You want to get a
dude,
shark,
yeah. So it's
or
coming
you
up
want to
right
get?
here with the zip code.
Hmm.
So it's right in here somewhere.
The thing is, do you want to fish for sharks or something else?
I don't know, dude. Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest with you, and we had to pick, I'd be okay with ditching the deep sea fishing,
Oh, I know you would be. You're
just
worried about
because I
that
don't
two
want to
hundred
fucking
dollars.
feel. I just don't want to feel like that, and I don't want to feel like we have to fucking we're booked like the whole time we're there.
Well, it's just like 3 hours. I mean, 4 hours one day. Yeah, I get you though.
My bad. I meant to just stop streaming and I fucking disconnected. But
Oh,
I
did
know
you
it's
notice?
like 3 hours for the one that I just showed you. That shark dive is like that's the one that I was telling you about. That was like 8 to 11, and I think that's a prime time to go out in the morning. It'll be nice out.
Yeah,
Go down first thing in the morning, jump in the ocean, and but
but the thing is getting up that early.
yeah,
But
that will suck.
which we
But
should anyway. Like we don't have that much time.
yeah, that's part of the reason why. Like, if we didn't do the deep sea fishing, I wouldn't hate it because I do want to. If I had to choose between deep sea fishing or making the drive to Hard Rock Stadium, I want to I want to make the drive to Hard Rock Stadium. So
Yeah, and I just want time to just chill at the strip clubs. Like, which I mean, I get that's a night activity, but maybe I want to also just chill on the beach and
that's
try to convince somebody to let them use their kite surfing board equipment.
another thing. Is like just sitting at the beach, like trying to find a beach bar maybe to go sit at for a few hours, and
We
like I
gotta
don't want
find
to just.
the kite surfing people. We gotta find a bar near that, and then we'll just drink and watch them kite surf, and we'll learn from them.
Okay.
That's that and the strip clubs. That's the only thing I want to do.
Oh, see, and I didn't even know that the strip clubs were on the table.
Apparently,
Um.
that's all South Beach is. Just like
Oh,
just strip clubs.
that's news to me. Um. Maybe I'll see some Dolphins players. That's one of my fucking things is if I'm dude, so we're gonna be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, coming back Saturday, but most of Saturday. So
Nice.
I need to get a couple more Dolphins shirts because I've got like 3 to wear while we're down there. But I'm gonna wear
Dude,
a
I want
Dolphins
my
shirt every day.
hat. I'm so upset about my hat. You don't have another gray hat, do you?
Dude, I no, I don't. I have another. I'm not gonna give you another Dolphins hat, man. You just disrespected it. But you got your black and gold Tua jersey,
We gotta bring a hat.
and they just extended his 5th year option, so he'll be there for a while. Um, but dude, I'm stoked to be there. I just want to go into town and see like what Miami is. Want to go to
Mm-hmm.
bars and get food, and there's a diner not that far from it, like a cool looking 50s diner not that far from us.
Oh, from us. Okay, I was thinking the stadium because there's got to be some real dive bars right by the stadium. That'd be fun to go to.
Yeah, dude, that's one of the deals that I want to do is get Uber to Hard Rock. I mean, there's no tours or anything, but get Uber to Hard Rock and then just fucking walk around that area and
We should
see.
walk around the whole stadium and like try to find the dive bar that everyone goes to when the game's on.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking.
Because it'd
I'm gonna
be
be
like
decked out in dolphin shit. I'm
couple,
so stoked.
it's probably like a 6-10 block walk, but that'd be fun.
Watch me be like the only guy who gets his fucking ass beat. He's like, "Oh, you think you just wear dolphin shit, huh? You think that's all we are down here is Miami Dolphins fans?"
Yeah, of course. Like Miami would
Uh,
be the only fans that would beat up their own fans.
I think Philly has that one. Philly or well,
This is my boys.
Vegas now, the Raiders, but
And it's funny because I was a Raiders fan
still,
for a little bit too, because I was just an anti-Chiefs fan, or I am an anti-Chiefs fan. So um, I have to be a Raiders and a Broncos fan. So kind of sucks, but
I mean,
do what
you
you
could
gotta
be a
do.
Chargers fan.
I in high school that's kind of what I started with, but never stuck. And it's
You
Seahawks. I
need to
thought about
start.
Seahawks for a little bit, but no, it's all Eagles all the time.
I told you to cheer for the Ravens, man.
I like your jacket. It looks like an Eagles jacket. Your hoodie.
My fucking my hoodie, it's a black Carhartt, dude.
Oh Jesus, it looks green to me.
No, it's a black Carhartt. It's yeah, it's fucking one of the thick ones too. I love this hoodie, but I wear it too much. It's got a little hole here now. Right there. Fucking sucks. But I wear it to work and it's fucking nice. Cause I but I don't know what I'm gonna do in the summer because I wear a stocking cap right now. And I'll which we're almost getting too warm for that up here. It's been like
Looks like you'll just wear a
mid
baseball hat.
50s now. No, no, you're gonna cut me off like that.
No,
They
get one of those. Get one of those little those beanies that are just like you know what I'm talking about? Those beanies that seem like you could wear in the summer. They're like made out of that fucking real thin
oh,
material, like a
like
bandana
skull
almost.
caps.
Yeah.
Well, I always put one headphone in at work and then just listen to music and listen to podcasts and everything.
Pull
And
it down.
when when it's summer, yeah, I can't like fucking can't cover it up. And I don't know if my boss would be like, "Hey, that fucking headphone out of your ear."
I mean, I'll wear a bandana, but you could do that.
I don't do. That's because bandanas look good with long hair. If I wear a bandana, I look like a fucking Mexican.
Well, we all do when we have mustaches.
I would look like here.
We're all
I got
Mexicans
this
down here.
towel.
I
I
like when
got
I had
this
a
towel that I spent
when I had a mustache and I wore
spilled
this
beer
red
on.
hat. I feel like I looked like Cheech. Something about a
Taylor.
red beanie and mustache. You're a Cheech.
I look like a fucking a la
That's just the type of beanie you got, or the type of headband you got. It's got all the ridges.
well,
It's a la
I
beanie. You got to
can't
get one of those bandanas that have the pattern that is only made on bandanas.
yeah, I
Hmm.
damn
I can
it.
see it. Now you're like a monk. Now you're like a kung fu guy. Not a kung fu guy, but like a trainer for kung fu.
I would think I would just look pretty retarded in a bandana at work. They'd be like, "Dude, why?" I guess like no, because it's got to go over my ear. That's the problem. Bandanas don't
Or
go around your ear.
you could just do it and not, you just not care.
No, I have to care when my boss is like, "Hey, you work at the counter. You should take your headphones out." And right now, I'm under the radar. I've never even had that conversation because they don't know I do it. As soon as I get caught doing it once, then they're gonna always be like, "Hey, got the headphone in?" And then
Well,
and that's always a thing.
at least we have Bluetooth headphones now that are good. Because when I was at Doane playing football, I was all suited up in my pads and everything, had my helmet on the sidelines, and I knew I wasn't gonna play, so I put my phone in my pocket, and I had, or maybe yeah, it had to be my phone or iPod maybe, and the corded headphones going down my shirt and up into my helmet, and I was just jamming
Yep.
out the whole game. I never went in, luckily.
Dude, yeah, your phone would have been fucked, dude.
I want to say it was an
Ugh.
iPad, but it was more worried about like the things in my ears and this wire and all this shit. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that well, but that had to be nice, like knowing you weren't gonna play.
It was like a little more stressful than anything because I was like, of course now, like I'm gonna. But it was nice. I did know I wasn't gonna play.
Oh, it's stressful. That's funny. Yeah, that'd be a little more stressful.
It was more like everyone
Oh,
else just
man.
thought it was hilarious.
We need to figure out how to get access to the Twitter account because I want to
Oh, we have it.
read some
Tyler
shit
has
off
it. We
there.
all have it.
I
Tyler just
mean,
couldn't log in for a long time, but he figured it out, I think. It should just be all the
you
same
got it?
stuff. Yeah, it should just be all the same stuff.
Hmm.
Follow us
I
on
wonder how.
Twitter at whatever the fuck our name is. I have no
Oh
idea
yeah,
what
dude. We
it
can.
could be, like You'd Be
I
Dead
don't know what. I'm
Pod. It
sure
might
it's
just be.
You'd Be Dead,
No, I think You'd
right?
Be Dead was taken, honestly. You'd Be Dead
Let's
was
see
taken
here.
on. No, that was a YouTube. I think You'd Be Dead was taken on the YouTube, so it's You'd Be Dead Pod is our YouTube. I don't remember, but I think Twitter's probably just You'd Be Dead.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
Twitter handle.
I don't even. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be
I can't believe you
that.
don't just follow all of the Starship updates all the time. And like the space travel updates. Dude, we're living through such a fucking awesome time. Well, AI is one thing, but then also like we're about to get to the point where anybody can throw up thousands and thousands of pounds into orbit if you have enough money. So that means if you have enough money, you can basically build a giant space station in orbit within 20 years probably. We're going to be there. And then that means if you have enough money, you can basically make your own country because you can build a space station the size of a continent with enough living area the size of a continent, or at least a small county. We'll say the Dundee County, you can make a space station that big within 30 years, I would say. And if you have enough money, like no one can regulate what you do in that container. So we're gonna live through the area of fucking lot of space stations, lot of countries being created probably.
Did you see? Or did you say a fucking space station the size of Dundee County?
That'll be a small one, yeah, dude. O'Neill's
Jesus
they're called O'Neill
fucking.
cylinders, which is a cylinder that spins, and you can make it as long as you want. You can make it the size of a continent. You can make it the size of a country, or I mean a county. Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking sweet time to be alive in 40 years, and all because of
Yeah,
Starship.
40
And then we're
years.
gonna fucking I don't know what we'll do then. Build like a space elevator or a ring. Or we'll build a ring around the planet at some point, and then that'll be cool.
Well, all I would live on a ring around the planet, dude. That sounds fucking dope.
And actually, the ring around the planet might not be something you live on. It's more of just like a thing to get up into space somehow. Like it's just like a small thing that it doesn't move. It just like floats there above the planet. There's like so many fucking cool giant engineering projects that are possible. There's this okay, so the Earth's like this. You can put a halo on top of the Earth that's like a third of the way down. So this is the Earth. You can put it like right here. So it just like sits right here, and it just floats there because of physics. Because and you would think it would fall down. You would think it would like fall into the planet, or you would think it would fall down because it's just sitting up on top. But it doesn't because it's all the way around. It's equal, and it just needs like tethered to the it needs tethered to the ground like above it. So it doesn't make fucking sense at all. It's like a chandelier sitting on top of the planet, but because all the forces like equal out, it just floats there. And it's like cheaper than building around the equator. It's like so we're gonna build this little fucking halo at some point probably.
But that's all speculation right now. Like you
No,
don't.
dude, it's
We might
fucking
not ever do
possible.
that.
Oh yeah, if we can't get into space easily, but we're about to be able
And
to.
right now, we haven't got into space easily. But I heard after you and Tyler were talking about it, um, I looked up the Moon Dream,
Mm-hmm. Dear Moon.
and yeah, yeah, that's right. And they got did they have their flight trajectory like on their website, and you can just see
How
what the
long
whole plan
was it?
is.
Just one? Did they only go around the moon once, or did they go into orbit a few
Yeah,
times?
they went around the moon once. They take off from I think
Damn.
like what is it? The Kennedy Space Station, I
Yeah,
think,
probably. You'd think.
and they fly east around Earth, and then use the launch from coming off the west side of planet Earth to launch themselves to the east side of the moon, come
Mhm.
back around on the west side, and adjust to land back at the Kennedy Space Station. So,
But I wonder if they go in a few orbits around Earth, or if they just do like one orbit and take off towards the moon. And apparently, they're only going to go around the moon once, so that sucks that they can't go in orbit around the moon. But just is
well,
what it
this I
is.
think it's isn't it like projected to be like a 5-day journey?
I think so. And because they were gonna do this on just like a small capsule like they have now, but now they upgraded them to the Starship, so they have like infinite amount of space because there's only like 6 people. So they can bring all this equipment to record because these are all streamers and artists and stuff. So they can bring all the painting they want. They can bring all the computers they want and cameras and like they're gonna be able to record this thing and like they might even be able to live stream the entire thing. And
Dude, you know what's fucking weird? They're gonna be in like pitch black on the dark side of the moon.
yeah, and they won't be able to talk to us. And then they get to see the Earth rise from behind the moon.
Dude, could you imagine like the stories, which I hope this doesn't happen, but if like they go to the dark side of the moon and then they just disappear, we lose trace of them and they just never make it back to Earth. We we never see them. We never see them like debris from them or anything. They just go to the dark side of the moon and we never see them again.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, it'd have to be like intervened by somebody. Like there's somebody back there that stole them or something. Because we would see the debris. Like there's got to be debris or something. The mystery there would be fucking
I mean,
insane.
well, yeah, that would dude, it would be a fucking God, that would be a story. But there's so much speculation as to what the dark side of the moon looks like, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We have like pictures of it. Obviously, unless you go there, you can't prove it. But like I think there's some lander. They're landing like a telescope on the backside of the moon here soon. Some Japanese, I think.
Well, and the guy who's leading this Dear Moon is a Japanese billionaire, right?
Yeah, I don't remember if he was just how he got all his money or if it was dad or what. But yeah, I think he's pretty young, got a bunch of money.
It's great. Do you think, man? Do you think if it came down to
Oh shit,
okay, now take away your like I don't know
it's
your
gone.
want your your want to have optimism for the human race. Okay,
Okay, easy, done.
say, let's say right
It's
now
out.
we have human beings have to get come together and find a way off of planet Earth because in the next like 2 years we find out it's gonna fucking explode or something. It's
Jesus.
actually
Give
there's
me
an
more time than
asteroid.
that. Cause 2 years.
No.
Okay, an asteroid, that's different than the planet's gonna explode.
Okay, fine. Let's say a meteor.
Well, that's what.
Whatever would cause
Okay, okay.
the planet to explode if it hit, you know? So, everybody, all of the peoples of the earth, they have to come together and figure out a way off the planet. Could the world leaders and everybody put all of this shit aside and do this, or do you think we would instantly just start battling and like trying to wipe each other out to know that one of us would have place if we figure something out?
No, I mean it's hard to not just like have optimism because I think that like the fact we haven't nuked ourselves and we're like there's kind of an agreement to where we're like okay we should continue as a species. I think we would come together and I don't think it would probably be kind of like the Bobiverse where we would be fighting about every little stupid thing, but I think if there's a time frame we would. I don't know if I trust the world leaders, but I trust like I don't know I trust enough of the leadership to get it going. Because all we need to we could direct the asteroid or getting off the planet though. I don't think that's enough time. I think we need like 10 years to get off the planet. because you build the ship and to get everyone in orbit and all that shit, it's gonna take a long time. But
Well, the thing is, we'd get in orbit. It's I don't know that it's so much about we could man, you would just have to accept that there's gonna be mass casualties. Like, there's going to be.
okay, okay, billionaire is just gonna jump in his spaceship and go to his space station around the
Dude,
moon. But
there's going to be. Like, there's gonna because there's no way they'll ever in 2 years, they would ever even 10 years, they wouldn't make
I just don't
enough
think they could
or
build a
big
ship
enough
because
ships.
if, well, yeah, if we have to build a ship that sustains any size of population, it would take, I feel like, a long time.
But and well, then on top of that, we have nowhere to go. Like, we get off the planet, and as of right now, we have nowhere to go.
Exactly. We don't have like if we had a habitable, even if we had to go to another star, like the sun was gonna explode. Like I think
Yeah,
technically we have the technology to do that, but we would need a ship so fucking big and so like advanced that it would take 30, 40 years to build it probably. But I think because they'd use like a nukes, like the Orion drive, it just puts nukes behind it and it just propels you that way, and you can get up to like a percentage of the speed of light that way, and it's safe. like, uh, but to build a ship that
yeah,
big that can just keep everyone alive, because we can't freeze ourselves, we don't have that technology, so we just have to like stay alive and breed for the whole trip. Like
yeah.
our kids are gonna be like,
Like,
"What the
dude,
fuck are we doing?"
yeah, dude, we'd have there would be, like, multiple generations. Because how many light years away is the
It
nearest
would take
habitable
probably
star?
20,000 years.
So, like, multiple generations would only know life on side of on the ship, like, going.
Well, and there's so many sci-fi books about this. I haven't read very many of them, but like just where they forget they're even on a ship. I mean, the ship looks like a planet almost because it's just so big,
Yeah.
and they have no idea how they forget, and they have wars, and then they're like finding this weird technology, and they're just like, what the fuck, and they just don't even know they're on a ship. Like,
Like, they don't know of life of, like, where they came from, why they're even on the fucking ship if they figure out why that they are on one.
well, they would think that they
Like,
were just born. They would think that that's where life started. They would think everyone lives on these ships, like or something. They wouldn't even know about planets.
yeah, dude, and that's how religion is started.
They find a panel in the wall that like instead of looking like a tree, it looks like a panel, and they're just like, "Oh God, I found God." he's he's
Yeah,
he's a
and
square
they
panel.
have a dude, it's literally yeah, a square panel, or somebody like encrypted on one of or inscribed on one of the panels like a picture of Earth, like
Or
a very
and realistically, it'd be like the AI that controls the ship, and then he might like somebody would end up figuring out how to talk to it and be like, "Oh God, it's God."
yeah, yeah, yeah. They'd be like, but the AI would just still be completely as the AI always was,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna change. But the
It
people would be like,
That's only if we forgot to program it to be like, "Hey, remind us what our mission is every once in a while," because we're gonna forget.
dude, yeah. Yeah, but that like, if they forgot, if they had to figure it if they figured out how to talk to the AI, that was like their god. They would ask it, you know, "Where did you, like, come from? Where I don't know, how did all this start?" or something, and he would just say, "Well, I was programmed for the specific purpose of," and they'd be like, "Who the fuck programmed you?" And they would have no idea what the fuck is
Actually, it
going
was you
on.
guys. Like, what?
Yeah.
We're fucking
Could you
fighting
just
each other
could
with sticks right now.
Could you just imagine if that's how we fucking talk to? He's like, "Who the fuck programmed you?" "Oh, it was actually you guys. Like, you guys programmed me, dude." Just like talks to him like a G, dude. He's just like a regular guy,
I hope so.
a bro.
Have you seen the
AI
new
just
South Park? There's a new
um
season of South
I
Park.
have not seen Butters Gets a Job.
Oh, I haven't either. That's where I'm at too. That Chat GPT one was good. Actually, all dude, I loved all of them actually.
There's only gonna be 6 episodes.
Choose your personality. Are you I'm white, a victim?
Yeah, dude. Dude, ugh. Oh, we want our privacy. Leave us alone. Fucking so
Your
stupid, dude.
brand.
The,
Yeah.
the privacy tour. Dude, that was fucking awesome.
I gotta go piss.
Eh, okay.
Well, what were you gonna say? So I can
For,
think about it. I don't know, whatever.
for and those of you not knowing, we were talking about the new season of South Park, which is hilarious because they make fun of British or English royalty. Well, ex royalty. I don't know the whole details there. The Meghan Markle and Harry. Well, tells you how much I know. But that that's when you know that South Park, that Trey and Matt have made it. They can make fun of another country's royalty that we're actually semi allies or semi cordial with. It's just fucking. Well, one of them technically is American, but just start railing on them. Someday this podcast is gonna have that level of get out of get out of jail free card, if you will. So hopefully we have the ride or dies on till then. That'd be pretty cool if we you guys start talking about you'd be dead and we're blowing up as big as South Park making fun of English royalty.
Dude, I gotta, like you were saying, stickers, man. I'm excited to just go places and start putting stickers on stuff. Like,
Yeah,
like my
I
water
oh
bottle.
yeah, I
I'll
gotta
start with my
fucking put
water
one.
bottle someday.
Dude, you have a longboard
I do.
and
I
a
got two
guitar.
longboards, but the one is so old it wouldn't probably take a sticker.
I my first guitar I ever had, I had stickers all over that fucking thing.
And my computer, I mean, God, my computer's so sexy, but I could probably, because I just like how it's just, there's nothing on it. Um, but I could probably sacrifice that. Gotta put one sticker on it.
I have I have one "You'd Be Dead" sticker on my laptop, and it's just over the Dell logo.
And my monitor that oh, I got this from the bank, from State Bank in Binkelman. There were just like four monitors down there, and this one was really nice. It was nicer than the other ones, and I was just like, "Do you guys use those at all?" And he's like, "No, we got new ones." And I was like, "Can I have that one?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I got this fucking
It,
nice Dell monitor, and I have stickers all over the back of it too. That's what I was saying.
Jordan's dad gave us a old, like, dude, it's pretty old TV, but it's like the size of a monitor, and that's what's in our bedroom right now. But I could use it as a computer monitor if I wanted.
But it's old, so you might be able to hook a VHS player up to it. It might look good.
No, it's not that old.
Because I was probably at Goodwill or somewhere. I found an old TV. It was like not a super old one, but one that's probably like this thick. And I'm just like, I need that for my VHS. It's like because Bob, who should know better, is like plugging it into his nice TV, and it just looks like crap.
uh, yeah, dude, my coworker was talking to me about it today, and I wasn't gonna tell you, but if Jordan can tell you anything, I'm the worst at like holding out for surprises. So I'm just gonna tell you. That's uh and he has to find it. And when he said he finds it, he said he'll sell it to me. But if I can get my hands on it, I can buy it from him. I'm going to mail you or now because I don't think I'll see you for a while. I'll see you in Miami for Miami, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to mail you a VHS bought when it was brand new at Shopco of Team America World Police.
Dude,
That, that
I
oh God.
I want it. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think I have it.
I haven't heard you say it,
No, I
but
don't
if
think.
you do have it, I'm gonna ask Bob if he has it, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna give it to him.
No, don't give it. It's you said it's in brand new. Like I can't
I
like
don't know what condition it's in currently. He told me he bought it brand new at Shopko
dude, you
when it
gotta
when it
get it
came
because
out.
I want to say I don't have one, and because I've looked on eBay, I bought a few of them on off of eBay, and that's where Bob gets all his good ones. He spends like $10+ on these bitches, but he's got like Clockwork Orange and all these like really good ones, and
Yep.
I've never seen Clockwork Orange, but And I learned the other day that you haven't seen Terminator, and
Oh yeah, I heard you
neither
guys
have
talking
I.
shit on me for that.
So I
Okay, for Tyler's deal where we watch a movie in a foreign language or whatever. I heard you guys sounding like fucking idiots talking about watching Terminator on mute and shit. I was like, dude, we can't do we can't do that because too many people have already seen the Terminator. Not even have already seen, just too many people that we are familiar with the Terminator. And so when we're like talking about it on air, being like, and then so at this point, this is when such and such happens. They'd be like, dude, no, like that's not what happens because this. It's way funnier if we only do it for foreign movies because then nobody has any fucking clue what's going on.
well,
That's
I don't know because it's also funny if they do know what's going on and we're just like, how the fuck don't they know that this happens in this movie? Like they're so wrong about this popular movie. I could see that being fucking good too.
well,
'Cause they
fine.
instantly know we're
Guess
wrong.
fuck me.
But
It's fuck me, right?
I don't know.
You'd be dead rewrites a movie.
We could do it. Yeah, we gotta do
Did
some foreign movies.
um and we gotta fucking do the XFL, dude.
Well, and there's a couple. I have a whole like list of movies I wrote down just from hearing probably the widest kids talk about these movies. I always write them down, and um, there's a couple. I want to say it has something to do with like a bicycle is in the title of the name. I don't know. It's fucking like a foreign movie that's these film geeks that go to school. They say it's like the best movie or like the most influential movie. It's like the best movie ever made. It's everything is based on this movie, and it's um, bicycles in the title, I think. But that'd be a good one to do because it's like such a good movie too. Apparently,
Bicycle.
here I'll just fucking look it. It'll take me a while, but I'll find it.
Well,
But you were talking. What
um,
the fuck? You said
well,
XFL too, yeah.
bicycle movie 90s or 70s.
Most
Um,
influential bicycle movie of all time.
uh,
Oh, and dude, on
that's
Chat GPT, you've heard of him. Um,
I've heard of him.
so I asked it like, can you spot it? Because there was a movie on the TV, the one with the jumping the horse off the thing, and it, a horse jumps off the building with Schwarzenegger, and
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can you Spotify or is there an app that can Spotify or not Spotify, Shazam a movie? Because that should be an app, but and he's like, no, I don't know. There's a few movies that are, or there's a few apps like that, but um, I don't know. I can't help you. It was like I typed in. I was like, what's the movie when Schwarzenegger jumps off a building with a horse and knows about bombs? And he's like, oh, the movie you're thinking of is Total Rise or something like that. It was close to that, and he got it fucking perfect.
It,
And so I'm just saying, you could use fucking Chat GPT to Spotify movies, fucking Shazam movies.
Shazam movies. Yeah, yeah. Um, so I'm gonna. So
Kiss
the
Kiss
widest
Bang Bang.
kids say the widest kids say it's the most influential.
Yeah, it's probably Zach. You know him. Dude, I haven't seen Rango. Boys in the Hood. The Truman Show. I think I have the Truman Show on VHS.
Ooh, the Truman Show's kind of a fucking rough one.
I think I watched that one actually. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? These are all
Oh,
this.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know, but Taxi Driver. Ford Lines. Okay, I gotta find this. I wrote Truman Show down twice.
What's Dating Gilbert Grape's a good movie.
One Flew Over the
Um,
Cuckoo's Nest. Like, I haven't seen any of this shit. I have Starship
yeah, that's
Troopers
not
written down. Why the fuck do I have that written down? I've seen that.
East Stars. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Oh, I watched
Oh,
Unforgiven. It's the Clint Eastwood, and it's fucking such a good movie. Zach was right about Unforgiven being his favorite movie.
have you seen Tombstone?
Oh yeah, But dude, we watched that in history class probably.
I We did not watch that in history class. Well,
I
not
could
in my
see
history
us
class.
watching that in history class.
Well, it's not a matter of seeing. I remember us not watching that in history
Well,
class.
I took
I
that class twice, so I
uh,
the American history in junior year, and then Tyler is a year younger than us, so I took it again the next year, and I was a teacher's aide for Freeland, and all I did was play on my phone and listen to him yell at the retarded kids. It was weird. Like the what we could get away with doing to that that lady, Ashley. God. I mean, she was just like a meth child that caused a lot of problems, but the teachers could yell at her so much. I mean,
God,
it was
everybody
nasty.
could. Just like, "Shut the fuck up."
I mean, it's the only way you can do. Okay, so it reminds me of when I'm in people's houses and they're like, and they're it's like a mom and the son's there to help her because the mom's people are so mean to their family. Like, I can see like I'm mean to my parents. Like everyone's mean to their own parents, and you don't really notice it because you're just this is the only way you can deal with them. You're just like, okay, shut the fuck up. Like I'm not dealing with this anymore. And then I go into these people's houses and they're just like yelling at their mom and just like being and their mom's being annoying. Not gonna lie, but it's fine. She just keeps asking me all these questions and I can't work. And I'm just like, the bandwidth is only so far where I'm just like, dude, I need to think about my work. I can't think about these stupid questions all fucking day. But
Yep.
I'm still dealing with it. It's still, she's fine. She's not doing, I mean, getting a little annoying a while, but I've given her enough signals that she's leaving me alone enough. And, but their kids are just fucking like yelling at her and shit. And like, yeah, she asks a lot of questions and she's just fucking annoying. And like, goddamn, people are mean to their family. So that's why
She's just the
we were just,
stupidest fucking
we
bitch
were
that
just treating
anybody.
Ashley like family.
God. Yeah, we're all a family.
Yeah, shut
That's
the
all it
fuck
was.
up, Ashley.
God damn it.
Cats don't
Yeah,
dance. That's a movie, apparently.
cats don't dance. Hmm. Feel like I've heard of that.
You know what I can do? I can just search for the word bicycle.
I did that. But
No, but in my notes.
um I saw the only one I could come up with that was even close was Bicycle Thieves.
That's it.
But it is?
Bicycle Thieves. Arrow, arrow, arrow. Greatest movie. That's what I wrote down. I
Bicycle
just searched.
Thieves,
I just searched for bicycle.
that
And yeah, that's it, dude. Good
that
job.
that movie was made 1948.
I knew it was old. You just talking about the 70s and shit, dude. I knew it was older than that because it's the most influential movie of all movies. So it has to be made before all the other movies.
Well, I don't know. Charlie Chaplin might say otherwise.
Well, Charlie Chaplin, no other
Charlie
movies are
Chaplin
made
went to France
Fuck. Well, I forget. Get some underpants or something. Dude,
just to see the ladies dance.
oh, well, that's a spoiler. I gotta bring up my fucking giant spoiler picture. Um, dude, it's fucking sexy. I made it myself, and I didn't realize the back of the cover because I took the cover off so I didn't fuck it up. And then I
Oh,
finished it, so I put the cover back on, and and the back of the cover is the like JFK survives assassination. And
yeah,
I've only seen the front of the cover that I have here. It's like JFK slain in Dallas. I never even looked at the back. Dude.
yeah. Okay, what did you think?
Well, you asked me if I'd read it again, and it's weird to think now because I'm so fresh in my mind. I'm just like, well, yeah, it was really good, but of course, yeah, I'm definitely gonna read it again because just not that I don't remember any of it, but it was just so fucking good. Like, it's definitely worth another 2 or 3 reads. Oh, I don't know.
Man,
Like you said, there's so much to talk about. Like,
it
oh, the green card
would.
man. They started like making sense at the end,
Yep,
and
dude. Yeah, well, he just put
he,
so much detail
he's
into it.
like, "You gotta come back. You gotta like, you
He just
gotta just get back and close the bubble." And uh,
he just takes off running.
so then
He's like,
okay. The one thing I'm not sure about, um, but like you said, he just put so much detail in. Like the tow driver had to do his job, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? but it was like getting the luggage out of the back or something. And
Yep.
my thing is like, so he was gonna, what was he gonna do? He had this lockbox, and he was gonna fill it up with his manuscript, and then he never really explained that. But I assume maybe it's just like the book itself is the manuscript that he put in the lockbox.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's what it is.
but he didn't explain that as well as I thought he was going to.
Because he just said, like, he said for the reader, if for you, if there ever even is a you, like, because he's I mean, I think he put it in the lockbox and put it in and then
Yeah, I
just
probably, yeah, I remember that. I probably just didn't. I don't know,
but
dude.
dude, I actually, like, I just get a book hangover every time I read that to where, like, I don't even wanna start another book because, like, you just get so emotionally involved with those characters, and then at the very end, and he goes down and just, like, sees Sadie,
Mm-hmm.
like, god damn it, dude.
Yep, in another life, and they just like, God. I'm trying to think, because he was gonna go and meet Sadie, and he was gonna do all this stuff in the past, but then he just didn't do any of it. He basically just did the lockbox. It was about the only thing he did that changed the past. Pretty much bought the lockbox.
And then the fucking like, there had to be a nuclear war, like, they never ever don't find out what exactly happened. He said, like, the bombs went off and
Mm-hmm.
shit, but
Yeah, a lot of radiation. Everyone had cancer, and so well
yeah.
they said that a few times. They were like in '69 there was some bombings or something, or like people were getting out of hand, and China, Russia, and the U.S. like threatened to bomb them back to the Stone Age. So
Yeah, that's
there
right,
was a
yeah.
lot of bombings, I think, and then apparently some
And that
recently.
was done that fucking funny that it was, like, Harry Dunning. Like, it all comes full
Yeah.
circle.
Oh hi Harry.
Off-toed Harry, up and down the avenue.
And Silent Mike. That was a good one.
Silent Mike, yep.
That was
Dude,
based on a
it's
real
just
person apparently. 'Cause he
such
donated
a
his
fucking
name.
good book, dude. I
Holy Mike.
I don't remember that.
At the
I don't
very
remember reading
end, he was
that.
like thanking everybody, and he was like, "Yeah, thanks to
Yeah,
Silent Mike, Holy Mike, for donating his name."
oh, dude, that was another day where he's, like, watching the fucking football game and Jim Law, they start saying Jim Law for Jim Ledoux, the quarterback,
Oh,
and
that's
the
where
whole
that
crowd
was.
just starts yelling. Yeah,
Which
and the
football game?
whole
Oh, was
crowd
it
just starts
the high school?
yeah, because they had like, the high school, like, quarterback that was the jock that was really good was Jim Ledoux, and the crowd started, like, screaming out, like, Jim Law," which is what the yellow card man was fucking calling him.
Yeah, and the green card man too.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I forgot where that came from because I remember the whole Jimla thing. That was what I was gonna tell you. The Jimla. He's like, oh, I must have
Dude,
gotten messed up in my head or something. That's what I thought your name was.
that's, that would be a good name tag, Jim Law.
And no one would get it. Um, but fuck, it's a Stephen King book. I would guarantee, like, but it's not like one you ever hear about. I mean, there was a TV show made off. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say the TV show was bad, but it just wasn't the it wasn't as good as the book. So, Jordan has only seen the show, she has not read the book. She liked the show quite a bit.
I'd like to watch it. I mean, I'm sure it's really good. Like you say, it's not gonna be. It's never gonna be as good, but you can't really compare it. You almost gotta. Did you see that?
Well, they added yeah, I did see
It
that.
happened once earlier.
They they added so, they said that they added a character or not added a character, you know, um, Frank Dunnings, like, the guy that Jake,
Murdered.
like, that has a heart attack outside of Frank Dunnings
Oh yeah,
before Jake goes
yeah. The Frank whatever. Yeah,
so, he
or
is
Bill
actually
something.
Bill
Yeah,
Turcotte.
yeah.
He stays in the show longer because since you're watching it, Jake doesn't have that inner monologue to where you can hear his thoughts. And so he has these conversations with Bill Turcott.
And does he
And like,
follow him out of Derry
yeah, they do most of their stuff like together. It's
with
I don't
even
know,
with
it's
the
kind of hard.
JFK stuff or the Lee Harvey
I neither
Oswald stuff?
no, because part of it gets like Bill just starts going insane from like hearing all the stuff, like from the future, and then he ends up like killing himself.
Oh, but so
But
he tells him about most of the things.
yeah, because he has like the conversations, his inner monologue, but he makes some conversations with Bill Turcott. He just involves him.
You
So
do you think they could have done that as an inner monologue? Like, it's
I
a
think so.
movie.
Yeah.
Like,
And I also don't know if 8 episodes wasn't it was only 8 episodes, so like is that enough to do an 800 or yeah, over an 800-page book? Can
yeah,
you do
because
100 pages in
it's
one
weird how
episode?
like we used to most seasons were like 30 episode in 20 or 30 episodes, like, and
Yeah,
now they're always like 10 or 8. So like to me is fuck 8 episodes. Just make it like 16 do whatever you need to do. Just make it one season. Don't split it up into 2 seasons, but just take however many you need.
yeah. Uh,
But I also like
yeah, they didn't I
it's
don't
like
know.
a long movie when if it's only like 6 episodes, like it's almost like just like a long movie. That's kind of nice too. Or make the
Just
episodes longer. Like make it like a was it 50 minutes? I don't know when you watch this, but
yeah, I think it was like 50 minutes. It's on Hulu. I don't know if it's still on there, um
I don't
but
want to I
fucking the
want to
way he
watch it,
just
but I don't want to watch it right now cuz like you were saying, I want to just like let this sit for a while. Like
yeah.
I don't want to ruin it with
Yeah, and
any other
appreciate how
thoughts.
good the book actually is. They fucking one of the deals that I feel like he captured with the whole that time period is like the poor, like factory workers, the dirty people, the mill workers, and the he talks about the neighborhood that Oswald lived in the whole
Mhm.
time. Well, not the whole time, but a lot of the time, and that it was like just bad, just a bad neighborhood.
Mhm.
And what is that fucking that little girl that's like he sees in the driveway or whatever that like, I don't know, when he's staying across the street from the Oswalds or
Mhm.
whatever, and then he's like, there's that little black girl and fucking I can't her mom basically, but her dad beats her mom, and anyway, her mom's the one that he like gets to go in the car with her and tells her to like call this number on the
Oh
payphone at a certain
yeah.
time,
Mhm.
and but they just like captured how fucking dirty and nasty those people were, and
Yeah.
then
Well,
um
at the end,
also
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
and well then also like her Oswald's mom, like the
Yeah.
way he just made her you're like, oh yeah, I could totally see that. She was like a mom in the fucking 60s that was like thinking that she was the best thing in the fucking world, and
Yeah, it's all whatever I want goes. But oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, at the end he talks about how he's like, yeah, I understand conspiracies and all this stuff, but like I really just try to make this as accurate as possible. And part of that was like how shitty Dallas was. And he said that in the afterword, he was like, some people are gonna be upset with me about how shitty I made Dallas look, and like how racist it was and how whatever. And he's like, but that is as accurate as I could make it. Like it was from the videos I watched and all the shit I did. Like it was actually worse than I depicted. Like
yeah,
it was just a
that's
shitty fucking place. Apparently,
that's not surprising. I mean, it was the South in the 60s. Like,
yeah, a lot of changes.
well, that wasn't even late in the 60s. It was the early 60s. That was pre-Vietnam.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you fucking read it. That now I can have somebody else to talk to about it.
yeah. Well, there's
But
there's so much. Like I wish I forget some of the things I wanted to talk about it, but it was a good
One
fucking book.
one of the deals I was gonna bring up when I was talking about how he captured, but that's just Stephen King's like capturing personalities. But Sadie's first husband,
Mhm.
that was like a fucking psycho, dude.
Yeah.
The broomstick and like how it traumatized her whole
Mhm.
life.
And she's been dealing with it for so long. She just like understands like, you know, everyone's got a broom and
Yep.
all that shit. That was good.
Yeah. That was, oh, god damn it. That was, dude. And did you see I think it was in the afterward that he talked about that he had this book like ready to release like 10 years after.
Yeah, it was like 74 or something. So yeah, 10
Yeah.
years after.
And
I
he
wonder
is
when he
like, the wound
released it.
was too fresh. 2011 or 2010.
Oh, right when, well, right when they go back in time. Um,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what it is. But
hmm.
I bet I'm hoping, I'm sure he did. Like he had to add to it. He said he was ready to release in 74, but he had to add a
Well,
lot more to
he
it.
said his son came up with a better ending. He's like, my son came
Hmm.
up with a like a more interesting, better ending, and I'm so grateful that he did. So like, they definitely changed it.
Hell yeah, dude. What a fucking good book. I think I already know my next one. I need to get Mitch's. I can't remember the name of his that he's going
Wayward
to recommend
Pines
now.
series.
Wayward Pines. Can I get that on Kindle? Do you know?
I yeah, because I think I got it on Kindle.
Okay. And then what's your next one, you know?
Dude, I used to know, but fuck, yeah, we've been talking about it, and um, God, I just had one recently that I was like, oh, maybe I should throw that on the list, but I can't think of what that one is. So, um,
I think my
oh,
next recommendation is going to be the Dark Tower series.
oh, that
At
might have
least the
been,
first book.
honestly, that might have been one of them, but I don't think I was gonna recommend that one, but I want to read that one. Um, Lex was talking about reading Brave New World, and that's like it's a pretty crazy book apparently. I don't know. Like a lot of people read it. It's a pretty popular book. A lot of people read it in school and stuff, but I've never read it. So it's kind of
Brave
like
New World. Is that?
I want
Go
to
ahead.
say it's like 1984. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
dystopian future. It's kind of like that, but it's like different somehow. Like instead of the maybe it's like this, I'm not sure, but instead of like an all powerful like government controlling everything, it's like open sourced AI where like everyone has control over everything, and it's like but it's also dystopian. It's like the opposite almost, where like they're dystopian in completely opposite ways, but I don't know what the fucking book's about, so it's hard to say
Hmm.
that.
Well, yeah. Damn.
It's more
I
of like where we're probably going towards is like everyone's got infinite power and it's just craziness. But I couldn't tell you. I don't know
man,
what the fuck it's
I found
about.
those are some books that like I want to add. Yeah, we need to add to this list is like the books that people know, and like books that people really have read, like the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, um or
You need the banned books.
what's the fucking, god damn it, what is the one, To Kill a Mockingbird,
That was it. Hmm.
and Shane Tsu's The Art of War.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
So yeah.
I have this one weird book that's it was and it's really small too. It's like not very long, and it's kind of like the Art of War, where it's I forget what the guy's name is, like Mushiashi or something like that. I don't fucking know, but he's like the a super famous swordsman in Japan, and he was like a legendary like dual wielding katana guy, and he wrote a little book about I think it's like the book of the five rings, or something like that. And
I think I've
it's
heard about this because
it's like a real short kind of like tactics on how to fight with swords, but you can kind of generalize it to where it's just kind of a philosophy book, but it's more just real like tactics on how to fight and stuff. I don't know. It was kind of cool. I have it.
I think I've heard of that. And then, well, now that I have it, actually, my next one might be the Silmarillion.
Oh God, fuck you. I'm using my skip token on that one. Uh, Even though it'd
I
be
haven't
fun to
even
read the
opened
first
that book.
half, it'd be fun to read the parts that I liked the first time. But when I get halfway through, I'll probably not like it anymore.
Yeah, I haven't even opened it yet. That's a lie. I opened it like to a random page in the middle, and it was like these random named elf and his lineage up onto the such and such forth, and were
The
the
forest.
forebears of such and I'm
My
like, what the fuck? God
I
damn.
like how detailed it is, I guess, but like to me, it's like the forests and the castles, and you might know more about it than I do because you've seen the movies more than I have, but like the books. But like they're just talking about these all these different forests and these different mountain ranges and these different families of people, and it's just
Yeah.
like too many goddamn names, like too many proper
Dude,
names.
that was one of the deals is it was like it was like the forest. They were, yeah, the kinfolk of the forest of such and such, which I'd never heard of. And he's like of such and such, which was referred to as such and such in the old tongue by the elves, who originally called it such and such before like moving westward. And I'm just like, holy fuck.
Okay, but it reminds me of there is like some of the book is so fucking good though because they describe how the angel people they live over in this city across the river or across the ocean, and it's like the god city, and then some of
Yeah.
them get fed up and leave, and then that's like the people who start the elves and whatever, and
Mhm.
but there was just this fucking cool part where there was like a big a sea where there was like a fight between the two elf people, and then one of them crossed over the sea and like really fucked over the people, and then they followed them, and then there's like this just the story of these like specific two tribes. It was kind of cool because how there was like this animosity, and then they followed him over there, and then it was just like that part was actually fucking awesome. There's a few parts like that.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why the elves came to Middle Earth is because they got like fed up at the Undying Lands. And like Galadriel and I think probably Elrond was one of
Oh
them.
god.
So yeah, that's
Elron, that's a sweet
God
name.
damn it.
Well, there's so many fucking
Elrond.
books. God damn it.
There is a lot of books.
I got that one book I left at your house. Um,
Oh yeah,
the
the
poems,
poetry book.
and then the White Pill by Michael Malice.
Yeah.
I got the Denial of Death by Ernest Becker. That's a Lex Friedman book he talks about all the time. How we just essentially, since we know we're gonna die, we pretty much spend our whole lives distracting ourselves of that fact, and like that's how like we're constantly coping with the fact that we're gonna die, and like so we act like we're not gonna die, like we don't think about it, like we try to get money and fame and legacy to trick ourselves into thinking we won't die, and it's like a kind of
Yeah.
it's sweet because it's like fucking a lot of truth to it where it's like that's like our main motivation is just like don't think about you're gonna die, like like that's the reason why human civilization exists because we're trying to cope.
God, yeah. It is. I mean,
Our main
when you put it that
motivation,
way, it's
you'd
I
say
mean
it's
it
sick.
is though.
It's cool to think Lex talks about this stuff, but it's like what's the motivation? Like do you want fame? Do you want like sex? Do you want money or do you want to live forever? I mean, there's like the four things you could want in your life and or like the motivations to live. And this guy's saying it's pretty much living forever because the opposite, just trying to convince yourself you're not gonna die.
Dude, that mm, those fucking like the evolution of prime intellect
Yeah,
and even
metamorphosis.
the
Yeah.
Bobaverse books. Yeah, Metamorphosis of Prime Intellect. That's what it is. That and even the Bobaverse books. It's like we're the are we the first? Not the first, I guess, but I don't know, the
The
first
last.
majority generation that has like solid literature about like beings like us and then that are like humans that just ended up in a scenario where they never died.
No. Well, I think that's sci-fi has been around for fucking. Would say it's in like the '60s. I bet there'd been stories about that kind of stuff. I mean, we've known about. I don't know. I think we've always wanted to or becoming gods back in the
Well,
day, maybe.
that's, I guess, let me rephrase that. That's technology based. That's like based off of stuff in the real world, not
I bet.
magic or aliens.
Yeah, I bet in the '60s and stuff, dude. I don't know. Like Isaac Asimov was.
You
I
think
don't know when
like
he was writing, but he was writing about some crazy shit. That's in
this
more books I want to
Metamorphosis
read.
of Prime Intellect is literally about a fucking AI just making it so people never die.
Mm-hmm.
And then a and then you got the Bobaverse, whereas I know it's just consciousness, but it's in an AI. Like he's just an AI. That's
Yeah. Well, the metamorphosis came from Trevor and Zach. That's where I got that one. And then Bobaverse came from my futurist guy. He talked about that book, Isaac Arthur. Um, yeah, I don't know.
you know,
There's some classic sci-fi books that I think all these tropes have been around for 50 years, probably.
they'll never be able to prove it. But man, I think I'm gonna be logging off. I'm getting pretty tired.
Yeah, you got to work tomorrow. I don't, so
No, I
I'm
don't
just
have to
gonna
work tomorrow. I
pull
actually
up my
work, but
next guest and keep going.
I should. Where I don't have to work tomorrow. We're going to find out if the baby's healthy and if it's gonna have any of like the Down syndrome or any of that stuff, and
Good.
uh, yeah. So
Good to know.
we
Maybe
got
paint the
doing
room a
that.
different color if it has Down syndrome.
We'll paint it just a little bit sadder hue of blue.
Start judging it.
No, I'm not gonna judge it, but if it's gonna be down all the time, I want it to be blue room because he's a blue guy. It's-
Why are you so sad? You down?
so fucked up. God damn. We actually don't even know if it's gonna be a boy or girl. So
We got 4 more months or
yeah, I
more.
could find out tomorrow if we wanted.
Yep. Well, you're just so good at holding off surprises.
oh,
You just
God damn
you
it!
just gotta enjoy the suspense. Let it eat you alive and enjoy it.
I was so stoked. Like it didn't even last like 12 hours. I found we talked about it with my coworker today at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon about Team America World Police. And then I fucking got on here at 7:30 or 8 and was like, all right, so I'm gonna mail you. My whole plan was to fucking get this movie, this VHS, and mail it to you in North Dakota and be like, did you get it?
Oh,
On
I'll
the
I'll just
podcast.
forget because I know I don't have that one, and that's the fucking best one. So I have the DVD, but I don't have the VHS. So
I will need you to send me your address though if I get this. But you should just send it to me anyway. So then if I do get it, then I don't have to ask you and you won't know for sure that I got it.
yeah, there you go. And I can rub it in Bob's face. He probably already has it. But
It probably.
yeah.
Yeah, my one coworker Miguel and I were just like quoting it because I watched it last week, and then Matt was like, "You guys talking about Two America World Police?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I actually have that on VHS. Bought it brand new at Shopko." And I was like, "You wanna sell it?" He said it's in storage, so he has to fucking see if he can find it, but
We'll see if he sells it.
if oh, he'll fucking sell it. He's gonna sell it,
Well,
but
I think I might be out of beer. No, I might have one more beer. All right. It's fucking good talking to you, man.
yeah, I'm glad I got in on this one so you and Tyler can't talk. Oh, we didn't even capitalize. I could have been talking on Tyler shit on Tyler this whole time.
Yeah. I
But
think that's how it'll be. Like you'll have to get your OBS figured out and we'll just have to do what we can to survive.
well this was what you and Tyler were 14, I think. So this is episode 15, dude.
If you'd be dead,
15?
stickers coming to a city near you.
Damn right. All right, I'm out. Bye everybody.